Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Casino Co YouTube channel, and I did it. I hit 1,000 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you. Each and every single one of you who decided to click the subscribe button because you wanted to support me. If you would have told me like a month ago that I would be sitting here with 1,000 subscribers right now, I would not believe you. Back then. But here we are. Here I am with 1,000 subscribers. Do you know what a room full of 1,000 people looks like? It's a lot of people. It's hard to imagine that a room with that many people, a room that full, and every single one of those people want to see what I have to offer, want to see the content that I am creating. So thank you to each and every single viewer who subscribed and watches my content, and views it, because that's support as well. And thank you to everyone who has inspired me, everyone who has helped me get to this point. Thank you. Those who I said thank you to, who have helped me get to this point, you know who you are. And thank you to all the lovely subscribers I have who subscribe to my YouTube channel, getting me to this point. Thank you. Anyways, let's try to get to 10,000 subscribers now, eh? Hopefully we can get there before I fossilize. Anyways, you guys came here to see dinosaurs, right? Yeah, let me show you some dinosaurs. Alright, so how we're going to be doing this collection tour is first I'm going to be showing you guys the room in which I keep my collection, and then I'm going to be doing a part where I show you guys a picture of each item with the maker, the year it was created, and who knows, maybe if you're lucky I'll throw in the figure name as well. I'll leave timestamps for all of this in the description. I'll also be leaving timestamps for certain genres of figures as well, like Godzilla figures, dinosaur figures, Five Nights at Freddy's figures, because we're doing a full collection tour today. So, yeah, and I'll also leave timestamps to when we're going to start the room tour, timestamps for when we're going to start the individual figure tour. So, yeah, you guys are going to be set pretty nice in the description. So without further ado, let's get started with the room tour. So let's first start off talking about how I store these action figures. As you can see, I have some of them on display, like the Legacy Collection Brachiosaurus, the Hammond Collection Spinosaurus, the Gyrosphere Blast Vehicle, god, that thing's lovely. And then the Hammond Collection Allosaurus, all on display here, along with, over here, some other little knickknacks here and there on display. But I primarily store all of the dinosaurs in these leather bins here. Primarily, if I had matte black cases with glass coverings, gorgeous lighting, and a jungle aesthetic, I would 100% love that. But I live in something called a house, not a museum. So sadly, I don't really have the space for that due to office equipment and desks and that. However, I am happy to have these bins, even if the figures do scratch each other sometimes and the paint jobs get a little messed up. No, I haven't really noticed that much damage to the paint job, so I don't really care. Some hardcore collectors, though, might be scoffing at my bins I keep these guys in, like, how dare you? You're gonna mess up the resale value. I don't care. In here we have the Kenner figures from 1993 to 2001. Also have some Hasbro Jurassic Park 3 figures in here. I got their React Attack T-Rex. Doesn't work. Got it from an old toy store. Over here we have, the lovely Hasbro figures. What great memories I have with these things. I grew up with these guys. I don't care what you say about them. They're great to me. Here we have the Velociraptor Blue, the Lacusicle Claws. How nostalgic. And then we have our Mosasaurus right here with an action feature that Mattel would later take as their own. So yeah, I gotta love the Hasbro figures. This Stomp and Strike T-Rex here was my first big dinosaur toy. And then my first dinosaur figure was this little green T-Rex right here. This is my first dinosaur figure I ever got. Over here in the Fallen Kingdom bin, this is when Mattel first got the license and they were really trying hard with the quality and all that. We got all the fun Fallen Kingdom figures in here. Had a really good... Oh! Delta, what are you doing in here? You're not Fallen Kingdom, you're Dino Rivals. Get out of there. But yeah, I had a great time with these figures growing up. God, I love the Fallen Kingdom line. Then over here we have where I keep all of Mattel's miscellaneous figures like the Primal Attack, Dino Rivals, Camp Cretaceous. Also keep some of the Jurassic World Rebirth figures in here because I didn't get that many of them. But yeah, here we are. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to shake the camera there. My camera stick's a little loose. But yeah, this is where Delta goes. We got the Scorpius Rex in here. Famous Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous hybrid. Look at that guy. How lovely. I also have this baby Velociraptor Blue figure in here. This guy's a lot of fun. Kind of want to put the batteries back in him and just mess with them. Oh yeah, I take the batteries out of all these guys so that the oil doesn't leak out from the batteries or whatever and mess up the resale value. I know, I do care about the resale value a little bit apparently. And then we have the Jurassic World Dominion bin with all the Dominion figures. God, the new Jurassic World Rebirth Quetzalcoatlus is such an upgrade from the Dominion Quetzalcoatlus. If you guys saw Operation Valkyrie, my Jurassic World Rebirth review I did up in Washington State, you would have saw me review the Jurassic World Rebirth Quetzalcoatlus. God, what a pretty toy. I wish I would have had this up there to compare it to, but I didn't, and that's alright. Because I'm comparing it to it now. And as you can see, the Rebirth figure is leagues better than the old Dominion Quetzalcoatlus. It still has its magic, though. Still love that thing. The Yangchuanosaurus is a lot of fun. And I can't believe Dominion was the first time we saw the Dimetrodon. Sucks the Dimetrodon had to be in Dominion. Anyways. And then over here I keep the vehicles and other little things like that. Capture and Crush Truck. Mercedes-Benz. This island capture car is a lot of fun. The Isla Sorna Capture Pack, I think it's called. This toy is a lot of fun because on the side of it, it has like this button and you can have a guy riding in there and you just click it and then they pop out and you can fire missiles at stuff and it's a lot of fun. God, I loved these things growing up. Over here is where I keep the miscellaneous stuff and the Hammond collection and Legacy collection stuff. I also keep the human figures in this bin over here, but I got a lot of them on display, so you're not going to be seeing many human figures. Also have my Legacy collection Demon Carnotaurus in here. God, I hate this thing. Disrespects the original figure with the lack of paint on the stomach. God, go watch my review of that. I did a thorough review of this thing. Also got all the accessories for my figures, including Owen's motorcycle, as you can see in there. Also got that grabby thing that came with Dr. Grant's 93 collection. Also got Dr. Henry Wu's 30th anniversary box over here. That's a lot of fun. And then over here I have a bunch of miscellaneous dinosaurs. My marketing teacher gave me this one for some reason. She saw it at a Dollar General or something and said, I think Mason would like that, and got it for me. What a great little thing. It's a great toy, honestly. There's no bolt holes on it. It's a lot of fun. And then I have, oh my, these goofy guys. Look at these goofy guys. Yeah, I got a Spinosaurus that looks like that, a Giganotosaurus that looks like that, a T-Rex that's all messed up. Oh god, just look at these guys. I also keep the Schleich and Papo stuff in here. Got an old Animal Planet Dilophosaurus. Oh yeah, an old Lego T-Rex that my dad super glued together. That's how he's not completely shattered in there with being all the big hunky toys squished together. God, what a classic Lego set. These things used to be sold everywhere. And then got the Papo Caprasuchus. I should probably not be keeping this one in there since the paint scratches easily, but whatever. And then Arlo from The Good Dinosaur. Oh my god, what are some of these things I got in there? Also, I have some dinosaur books up here. Now, let's take a look at this display that I got going here. Here we have the Brachiosaurus just chilling up there. We got the Hammond Collection Geostonbergia hanging out on his neck. Down here we got the Troodon, Hammond Collection Troodon. What a good figure. Looking up at the Legacy Collection T-Rex, wondering what the heck it's doing with the Ford Explorer. This Ford Explorer right here is actually pretty rare. It was part of Walmart's Battle Damage line, and very few of them ever got released, so I'm lucky to have this one. The beautiful Quetzalcoatlus over here just chilling, minding his own business. And then all these little carnivores over here coming to maul this poor Scutosaurus. Dilophosaurus just walked in, wondering what's happening. Spinosaurus just walked in as well, has no idea what's going on. Lovely Hammond Collection Spinosaurus figure though. Had a lot of fun reviewing this thing on the beach. We got all the claws painted. God, what a lovely paint job. You know, I'm surprised this figure even exists, because for so long people were like, we want a Hammond Collection Spinosaurus. We want a Hammond Collection Spinosaurus. And now, here it is. Hammond Collection Spinosaurus. Down here we have the Hammond Collection Irritator absolutely beating the snot out of the poor Hammond Collection Baryonyx right here. Oh yeah, that's a nice shot. Take your pictures, everyone! Over here we got the Parasaurolophus being hunted down by a pack of raptors. We got the newly released Hammond Collection Tiger Raptor. An old Legacy Collection Velociraptor back there. The Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom regular Velociraptor. And then of course we got the Hammond Collection Alpha Velociraptor from Jurassic Park 3 on the top, trying to bring it down. Got the poor Paris. Oh, another picture shot, everyone. Take your pictures. Snip, 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 snip. But we got the gaping mouth of the Parasaurolophus here. A lot of people complain about the puffy cheeks on the Parasaurolophus here. I personally don't mind it. Over here we got the poor Strachosaurus about to be plowed over by the Gyrosphere blast vehicle. And then we got the Fallen Kingdom Carnotaurus hanging out in the back, just chilling. And then we got the absolutely lovely Hammond Collection Allosaurus in a smackdown with the Hammond Collection Stegosaurus right here. I absolutely love the Hammond Collection Allosaurus. It's probably one of my favorite figures in the collection. It's just the proportions on it are great, and the paint job's amazing as well. What a great figure. Continuing with the display, let's take a look at the TV set now. Over here I have some old Kenner figures along with some Mattel figures. I have the Camp Cretaceous Stygimoloch with a Dimorphodon pestering it, just getting a free ride. Poor Stygimoloch. And then we have the Kenner 1993 Baryonyx and the Kenner 1997 Baryonyx chilling over here with the Strike and Roar Giganotosaurus. Look, I know a lot of people didn't like the Giganotosaurus since it was in Dominion, but it has a special place in my heart, because if any of you have ever seen the Goldie the Casinoraptor comics on my YouTube channel, you will know that this dinosaur played a very important part in those comics as Mr. Porkrinder. God, I loved him as a villain. He did a great job. And then over here we have the human figures. Different assortment of Hammond Collection, 93 Collection, Legacy Collection. You know, we got the whole lot here. We have Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler, Dr. Malcolm, Dr. Hammond, Mr. Muldoon, Mr. Arnold, Mr. Nedry, Dr. Wu, Lex Tim, Roland Timbo, Jurassic Park 3, Dr. Alan Grant. Is it Mr. Grady or Dr. Grady? I'm not sure. And then whatever this lady is right here. And then over here, we got the 93 Collection Dr. Grant riding the old Kenner Triceratops. God, I love the Kenner Triceratops. It just looks so good. I mean, just look at the texturing on this thing. Isn't that just amazing? It looks lifelike, almost. And then we have Ian Malcolm and the Fallen Kingdom Owen sitting on the Triceratops. And then right here, we have the lovely little Legacy Collection Pachycephalosaurus that doesn't like to stand for some reason. Lovely, right? And then over here we have our little distorted friend. Look, I don't know why I would want to think you guys wanted to see this one. I don't know. But yeah, here he is. His name is Fred, and he has recently picked up the hobby of drinking tea. So if you're ever wondering how Fred is doing, just leave a comment in the comment section down below. Over here we have the Kenner 1993 Red Rex on display, along with an old Indoraptor figure, good old Mario and Velociraptor Blue. If you're a fan of the Goldie the Casinoraptor comics, you'd know who these figures are. But in case you don't, this one over here, this old Indoraptor with a broken hand and broken tail, is none other than Goldie the Casinoraptor, and he owns and runs a casino. Mario over here is the casino's manager. Not too bright, but still gets things done. And then Goldie's father right here, a crusty old judge, Velociraptor Blue, had a lot of fun with his character. And then of course, Rexy, the T-Rex. What an awesome toy this thing is. You can just feel how lifelike it is from here. So yeah, this is basically just a little memorial to the Goldie the Casinoraptor comics over here with the main cast on display. Down here, we have the Super Colossal T-Rex and the Jakks Pacific Godzilla figure. But come on, I know why you guys came here. You all wanted to see the paper, right? Yeah, absorb that wonderful paper. What beautiful paper. But yeah, of course we got the Super Colossal T-Rex. The Super Colossal line Mattel has been doing, it's just... They should have only released a Super Colossal for every movie, because I don't even know who's buying these huge hunks of plastic. This is not a toy, this is furniture. This little shelf here is kind of what I have dedicated to all of my Godzilla stuff and all of my DVDs. I have a full collection of Godzilla movies on DVDs. Of course, I'm not going to be showing them off in this video. Well, I'm showing them off right now, of course, but I'm not going to be showing them all off individually in this video. I already did a video about that. But as you can see, I have a NECA 2003 Godzilla figure up here. I know NECA no longer makes Godzilla figures, so this guy probably goes up for a pretty penny these days. I also have this little airplane right here. I don't know who made it. I just got it at an airport. Down here we got my precious SH Monster Arts Super Mechagodzilla with Fire Rodan. God, what a lovely toy. You know, I completely got this thing on an impulse back in the days. I was looking through my piggy bank and I was like, you know what? I have $230 to spend. And then I got this thing for some reason. It's absolutely lovely. I just wish I didn't, whenever I posed it, it didn't feel like it was gonna break, because, you know, the plastic is pretty brittle on this thing. As you can tell, I have a little piece of tape over it in case my crazy friend comes over and decides to hip check the Godzilla cabinet. Mechagodzilla doesn't go flying off and my $230 investment doesn't explode. But yeah, I have every single Godzilla movie on DVD. And then down here I have new Godzilla movies. They got almost all the Jurassic films on DVD. I'm planning on getting Rebirth once it comes out, but I don't have Dominion for obvious reasons. And then I have the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I'll probably be getting the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie when it comes out on disc as well. And then, of course, I have a whole bunch of comic books over here that me and my dad got an old comic book shop. And then I got this thing, an original reel of Godzilla versus the Thing. My parents got me this back in the days thinking it was the DVD, but it wasn't. It was the original reel, which was crazy. It's awesome. I have this thing on sale on eBay if any of you want it. You're gonna have to pay a pretty penny though. Over here we kind of have my video game shelf. We have the Charizard amiibo, Undertale Collector's Edition. I don't know, I think I might like Undertale. And then down here we have all of my Nintendo Switch games. My buddy is letting me borrow Pokemon Sword, so thanks to that buddy. Got some old Xbox games here. And then down here we have the box for my Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and then we got my Nintendo DS down there as well. What an amazing console that is. Now, one more thing until we get to the individual collection tour. Here is every single dinosaur I own in my collection, all on display from the Kenner 1993 line all the way to just some miscellaneous dinosaur toys I have within my collection. Also, I have all the random miscellaneous ones. We got some Papo ones down there we see. Also have all the Hammond collection stuff out. Here's all the Hammond collection stuff. I'm going to do a quick glance over all of the dinosaurs now very quick. And then obviously in the back we have the stuff that's too big to fit on the ground, like the Brachiosaurus, the Super Colossal T-Rex, and that big Mosasaurus they released back in the days for the Fallen Kingdom line. Now let's do a little glance over so that you can see everything in my collection. If you want to skip this part, I'll probably leave a link in the description below. But yeah, I can't believe I have this many dinosaurs. I honestly forgot I had some of these when I was getting them all out for this. Now that we've seen when dinosaurs ruled the Earth, let's now get along to the individual collection tour now. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Thank you all so much for watching the 1000 subscriber special, and thank you for helping me get to this point. Now, if you could please like and subscribe so that I can reach 10,000 subscribers before I fossilize, that would be great. Bye-bye!